Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we have not beaten Stephanie Vaquer. Instead we have been defeated by Stephanie Vaquer, but we can have a shot at taking on Seth freaking Rollins. So with these two here, this isn't Seth Rollins we're fighting, this is just to get the reward that we would get from beating Stephanie Vaquer. You can see that we've managed to win our 3 games, which has put us up to 2,226, which means we can get the next reward. But unfortunately our down arrows are just not good enough to take on Arena 67, 69, or Arena 70. So let's go ahead and claim our reward and see if this helps any. Sweatband Trigger does not help. And Otis, Train Up Plus. Broadcase unfortunately does not help us tremendously. And unfortunately the sweatbands aren't going to help us either. It's real weird because we already have an Otis, or a Protus if you will. So let's go ahead and take a look at our combinables. You can see that our Protus is already F1 and he is just 6 games away from already being perfected. So 2 of those Otises are just going to make him into an F3. And what was the other thing? It was the road case, of course, which is brand new for us, so at least that is something new. So let's go ahead and combine these. And we are going to fortify that. And our Otis, we are going to fortify him into an F3. And one more. And the other Otis we will just have to leave there for the time being. Let's go into the Performance Center and we will just train up the end of our Otis. I think I might just need one WrestleMania 40 here. No, we do need another one. Okay. I thought we could get away with just using one. And it looks like I can pro my Seth freaking Rollins. Well, that is definitely complete because that put him all the way up to F3. He's only 6 games away. Oh no, we do have to put in the road case as well. So we'll go ahead and remove that part there so that it's easier to actually come across this. So let's try our Pro AJ Styles from WrestleMania 41. Still has 1 day and 2 hours left to go. Let's try a Sol Ruka. So that's level 105, and that is enough to complete it. Then if we take a look at our recent ones, there you can see our road case gives it minus 14,000.1, well, 14.13 thousand to power and toughness of the opponent. Which is actually the exact opposite of our F1 pump it up. So this is speed and charisma, and this one's power and toughness. And the speed and charisma gives it to your card. The power and toughness minuses it from the opponent's card. So they are exact polar opposites of one another. And that is pretty cool. And also that Manager Mr. Stone that gives speed and charisma to your deck works very well with the road case because that covers all 4 stats as well. As for our Otis, because he wasn't new, we're going to have to look at him this way. And you can see that he is very quickly becoming our strongest card, being an F3, our strongest regular card. He's just 6 games away. I don't think he's going to overtake Solo Score. I think he will be just under the PLE cards once he's finished. He isn't actually a left arrow, he's an up arrow. We are just giving him this force alignment until we actually get him up to his 100 games, and then we're putting in more cards to train up more things. So really, it's our down arrows that are letting us down for the Stephanie Vaquer, because we can win 2 of these games if we use a super move, but in order to win 3 games currently, I would need to use one of the action supports twice, or I would need to use a super move twice, neither of which you're allowed to use, because I need to use either a super move or a support in order to win all 3 games. And I can win all 3 games individually, I just can't do them in a row. And it's exactly the same for 69, and it's exactly the same for number 70. So I didn't see the point in wasting a super move just to get up to number 2, whereas if we pull another decent down arrow, whether it be another strong female down arrow or another male down arrow, the equivalent of Batista, or if we can pull that other JC Jane, not this one, but the other one, if we can pull the second half of that, that would certainly make a difference and might allow us to do the rest of these games. The large problem with these 3 matches in comparison to these ones is it relies so much on tag matches, and the tags are the problem, because individual games I can win easily enough. It's just when it comes to those tags that you need both cards to have extremely good equipment. And I think 69, or is it this one? I thought there was one that was only 1 stat, but what I'm thinking is I think it might be 2 of them are a singular stat, and the other one is just wildly out there. So it is a problem, to say the least. Our left arrows are significantly stronger. The left arrows we've got no problem with, because we've got our Fortified 3 Dominant Mysterio, we've got the double heroic Finn Balor, we've got the limited editions Lena Vega, we're even using the Nikki Cross with the special equipment that the true toughness that increases our toughness through the roof. And we've got the exact same thing going on with Steven Regal as well here. And then, of course, we've got a whole bunch of other decent left arrows. This is not a left arrow. That is a lie. Unfortunately, if you are using an Otis like this Hang on. If we're using Otis like this, we can't go changing his equipment, because if we remove that equipment, then he's no longer a left arrow and you're just a spear. So it is unfortunately... in fact, actually, I'll show you. So if we detach that, suddenly he's gone. So that's what happens there. We do have our double heroic carrying cross. We've got our Kofi Kingston. We've got our Jacob Fatu. And of course, Jacob Fatu is power. So that means that we can equip the special pure power, and it increases his power all the way up to 120,000, which is fantastic. And that's without any momentum on him in addition to that as well. We've also got the Shaquille O'Neal's for power as well. So our left arrows are really, really strong, and we might have a chance of beating Seth freaking Rollins, but it's Stephanie Vaquer, the one before Seth Rollins, that's given us the problems, just because our down arrows aren't good enough. And I don't know if we'll be powerful enough to actually take on the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes yet, but even if we were to beat Cody Rhodes, we would not be able to win these 3 games at the moment, even with super moves, even with the supports we currently have. The only thing that would make a difference is if this support would be a pro, or if we could get a better speed support or a better power support and things. These are the kind of things that might help. But at the moment, we don't have access to any of those, and that's why I was hoping to try it and pull one. We've still got one more reward here, reward 107, and I might try and do that. I might make another video to try and complete this one, but unfortunately, we are not getting the British Bulldog, and we're not getting Winston today. That is a just unfortunate thing that is going to have to happen. It's going to have to wait for a little while, which also means it's probably not going to happen next week either, because the PvP ends in 6 hours and 6 minutes, and we're only getting 2 momentum slots. So if we were to want 4 momentum slots, I would need to get myself all the way up to here, and I don't see me doing that in the next 6 hours and 5 minutes. I think it's a better use of my time to go through campaign mode, try and get this reward at least. They'll give me another F1 of something, an F1 of a sport, give me an equipment, and also give me a couple of the SummerSlam train-ups, and then that might help towards getting this at a later date. So I don't think we're going to get a low number on the Davy Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, but I think we will get him eventually. We just need to get slightly better down arrows. You can also see I'm down to 205 credits. The reason for that is because I was re-rolling equipment in order to beat some of these previous ones, and I ended up using up all of my money to try and get some of these freaking equipments to be the correct stats. Like, for example, this Stone Cold, or the John Cena microphone. This can go up to 11,339 in charisma in the first stat, and the second stat, it can go up to 16,199. And initially I had this stat, I think it was at the 5,000 charisma, and I managed to get it up to the 9,000 charisma, but I needed a little bit more than that, so I ended up spending a whole bunch of money, and you can see that the shuffle now costs 250, so it's 250 credits every time you want to re-roll it, and I didn't even get the highest rate on that one, and I had to re-roll this one a couple of times, and then when I got the lowest amount of charisma, I thought, well, that's good enough, because it was enough to barely get through that one. And with the Dominic Mysterio and Chicken Nuggies, I haven't even swapped these out yet, so it currently still has ability and it still has charisma, but I've only got 205 credits left, and that means I'm going to have to buy some more credits, because that's how they get you. That's how W Supercard makes you spend money. So I'm going to try and give Seth Rollins a shot. There are no guarantees that I'll be able to get through Seth Rollins, but we'll try and see how far we can get. But that's going to be it for this little video, folks. We have been defeated by Stephanie Vaquer, but we might be able to beat Seth freaking Rollins, and then after that we're on the final run to the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. So we may be able to get this. This will be the last video that I could possibly do. And of course we've got our brand new bonus packs and all the different rewards once the reset happens in a couple of hours from now. So I'll do a video at some point after that as well. But I have just been headbutting a wall, hoping that the wall will break before my skull does, playing campaign mode, and I think I'm beginning to realise that there's a steel girder hidden in that wall, and I'm going to need a better down arrow if I'm going to headbutt through it. So that is going to be it for this little video, folks, and I really hope you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out, and we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.